Headlines of VTV News. Prime Minister aims to enhance enterprises' credit access. Vietnam's agricultural sector sees sustained export growth in China. And later on in our world news, Russia ready to use nuclear weapons if sovereignty is threatened.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Hello, and this is VTV News coming live to you from Hanoi. You're with me, Lina Pham, and here's the top news of the hour. On the morning of March the 14th, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính chaired a conference to outline the task of implementing monetary policy for 2024. The focus was on overcoming challenges for production and businesses while promoting growth and economic stability. In 2023, operating interest rates were reduced 4 times, laying the groundwork for decreased deposit and lending interest rates. The basic exchange rate remained stable. Also in 2023, credit increased by nearly 14%, thus supporting economic growth. However, credit growth in the first 2 months of the year decreased by 0.72% compared to the end of 2023. Furthermore, the reduction in lending rates was not proportionate to the decrease in deposit rates. After identifying the causes and drawing lessons for the future, the Prime Minister outlined the directions for the near future. He called for efforts to improve access to credit, especially for small and medium enterprises. He also stressed the need to enhance legal and credit quality, improve coordination between banks and businesses, enhance management and administrative capabilities, and promote openness and transparency in interest rates. Furthermore, he emphasized combating black credit and strengthening supervision, risk prevention, and anti-corruption measures. Simultaneously, he urged relevant units to lower loan interest rates, reduce operational transaction costs, cut administrative procedures, and streamline banking activities. Key members of the National Assembly Standing Committee are set to debate 7 bills and question 2 government ministers during the committee's 31st session, which began in Hanoi today. The bills to be debated include the Capital Law amended, Law on Asset Auctions amended, Law on Organization of People's Courts amended, Law on Road Traffic Order and Safety, Law on National Defense Industry, Security and Industrial Mobilization, and the Law on Social Insurance amended. These bills were previously discussed at the year-end National Assembly session in 2023 and were subsequently revised by relevant committees and agencies based on feedback from National Assembly deputies, experts, and scientists. These bills will be examined during the current 3.5-day session and then presented to the mid-year National Assembly session in 2024 for consideration and approval. The Metro Line No. 2 construction project stretching from Bến Thành to Tham Luang covers more than 11.3 kilometers and spans 6 districts. The total investment for the project is $2 billion. Currently, almost 90% of the required land has been cleared. There are only 63 remaining land clearance cases in District 3 and Tân Bình District.
As of March the 12th, almost all districts in Ho Chi Minh City have completed their land clearance compensation procedures, reaching 99.67% completion. Districts 1, 10, 12, Tân Bình, and Tân Phú have achieved 100% completion. District 3's People's Committee's recent handover of 57 properties has reduced the number of outstanding cases to just 2.
In 2024, we plan to expedite land clearance in the remaining areas with the cooperation of the districts, aiming to finish by the second quarter. We will also push contractors to relocate essential technical infrastructure systems within the year.
District 3 and Tân Bình District are working to complete land clearance by the second quarter of this year. At present, District 3 still has 35 cases to resolve, with 17 residents disagreeing with the compensation rate.
The authorities, in conjunction with the political systems of Ward 10 and Ward 11, have provided timely guidance. Since the majority of the 17 cases are in these wards, efforts to increase awareness among residents will persist. This is to ensure transparency and fairness for affected households across all 6 districts, including District 3.
The construction project for Metro Line No. 2, the Bến Thành Tham Lung route, spans approximately 11.3 kilometers. It passes through 6 districts, 1, 3, 10, 12, Tân Bình and Tân Phú. Land clearance compensation is being conducted to facilitate the building of passenger stations.
According to the General Statistics Office, during the first 2 months of this year, the total foreign direct investment or FDI capital registered in Vietnam surpassed $4.29 billion, marking a rise of 38% compared to 2023. Notably, new registered capital has surged by more than twice the amount recorded during the same period last year. This influx of FDI shows encouraging indications for the labor market, which has been impacted by dwindling export orders.
Income ranges from $250 to $320, inclusive of lunches, uniforms, and bonuses. These are the incentives offered by businesses to attract workers at the start of the year.
I hope to move to a new company with a more stable salary.
Vietnam currently stands out as an appealing and safe destination for foreign investors, signaling a surge of investment. However, numerous companies encounter challenges due to the shortage of skilled workers in Vietnam.
As a corporation specializing in high technology, the recruited workers must have technical qualifications, comprising a team of engineers and employees with high professional qualifications.
In Bắc Ninh, many businesses continue to expand production. These companies have registered to increase their capital to more than $700 million, and after the first quarter and by the end of the first quarter, this figure is expected to surpass $1 billion.
The need for new recruits of businesses is over 40,000, of which the number in industrial parks is over 30,000, focusing on electronics.
The labor market in the first quarter of this year is projected to reach 51.7 million individuals. The bulk of these additional employment opportunities stem from foreign invested enterprises.
It is evident that enhancing the business investment climate has generated favorable circumstances for foreign invested enterprises, thereby making a positive contribution to economic growth and expanding employment opportunities for local labor force.
It is clear that there is substantial potential for growth for Vietnamese fruits and vegetables in China. In 2023, China spent $24.4 billion on importing these goods. However, experts stress the importance of continuous efforts and strategies for maintaining growth and Vietnam's market presence in China.
As an experienced entrepreneur in the Vietnamese agricultural industry, this woman recommends that businesses upgrade their technology for fruit and vegetable production. This would decrease waste and enhance the value of the products in the Chinese market.
Investing in facilities for food processing and packaging to ensure safety before export at high interest rates would take a long time for investors to recoup their capital and make a profit. Thus, supportive policies are necessary to assist capable investors in this field.
Creating a strong brand is important for increasing the value of our products. Also, focusing on deep processing will help our agricultural products grow in both quantity and value over time.
Experts assert that it's crucial to develop and enhance the management of standardized area codes for exports to China to ensure the quality and brand reputation of Vietnamese fruits and vegetables. They also believe that improving the logistics system will be necessary in the future.
We suggest that the government invest in smart border crossings and improve railway and road transportation. This will make it easier and cheaper for farmers to export agricultural products to China, resulting in higher profits for them.
experts recommend that Vietnamese farmers and businesses concentrate on improving product quality and adhering to quality regulations and traceability standards to exploit export opportunities. Besides China, they also suggest targeting markets such as the United States, Japan, and the EU for exports in the future.
Significant increases in exports have positively affected domestic coffee prices. Coffee prices in the Central Highlands provinces have reached a new record high of $3.6 per kilogram, doubling compared to the same period last year. The surge in coffee prices is due to the enormous global demand for Vietnamese Robusta coffee, while the domestic supply has declined compared to previous years. In the first 2 months of this year, Vietnam's coffee exports reached 438,000 tons, valued at $1.38 billion. This is an increase of nearly 28% in volume and 85% in value compared to the same period last year. Ensuring consumer goods safety is a major societal concern, yet many uncertified and unsubstandard food products continue to be sold, particularly in large cities like Ho Chi Minh City. To tackle this issue, retail units are collaborating for the first time to prevent unsafe food from entering supermarket chains.
For the first time, 6 local and foreign-owned supermarkets in Ho Chi Minh City have signed a cooperation agreement for quality control of goods. If an unsafe product is detected, it will be pulled from the shelves in all 6 supermarkets.
If products from suppliers violate quality standards, the distribution systems will review them collectively. They will decide whether to continue distributing the product or not.
Through this program, we aim to share information about digital platforms and systems created by the Department of Industry and Trade and the City People's Committee. This will enhance transparency for consumers.
Controlling 50 to 60% of the modern retail market in Ho Chi Minh City, these 6 supermarkets are collaborating to ensure food quality. The goal of this collaboration is to create a new quality control model that protects consumers and stabilizes the market.
This collaboration involves significant effort from both domestic and international distribution units. This connection fosters unity among supermarkets to establish a common quality standard.
We've openly shared the criteria for each distribution system. Through assessments and surveys, we found that 85% of our standards are similar.
Initially, the pilot program includes for product groups, fruits, vegetables, pork, and chicken meat. The subsequent steps involve including dried goods and household items. The eventual goal is to establish the Retail Distribution Association of Ho Chi Minh City for further control measures.
And before we move to the next part of VTV News, let's check out how the Vietnam dong is weighed against other currencies in the world market today. Coming up next, Vietnamese bánh mì named best sandwich in the world. And Hmong ethnic group celebrates nature, upholds tradition through forest worship ceremony. The prolonged heat wave, which lasted for months, led to a deep salt intrusion in Cà Mau province, drying out hundreds of canals. This resulted in a severe lack of water for daily use. In response, the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development conducted a field survey. As it stands, more than 130 canals in Cà Mau have dried up, and over 10 kilometers of roads have subsided and suffered serious damage. Over 3,700 households lack fresh water for daily use, with nearly 50% of them being affected by drought and saltwater intrusion. The Department of Irrigation of the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development has recommended that Cà Mau province create a map of areas frequently experiencing water shortages. Numerous reservoirs in the south-central province of Ninh Thuận have been experiencing severe shortages since late 2023 due to insufficient rainfall. The diminished water supply combined with extended droughts has negatively impacted the winter-spring crop and presents upcoming risks for the summer-fall crop.
Lan Ra Lake, located in Phuc Vinh Commune, Ninh Phuc District, is designed with a capacity of 13.8 million cubic meters. However, recent measurements show that the lake only holds close to 2.5 million cubic meters. Experts attribute this shortfall to natural causes, particularly the prolonged dry season.
We have distributed our water supply to our partners. As the water in the reservoir remains low, we are also working on a detailed distribution plan as we speak.
At present, 9 reservoirs in the southern region of Ninh Thuan province supply water to over 4,300 hectares of rice and other crops. However, recent estimates suggest that they can only adequately supply water to the planned area for the winter-spring crop.
We have coordinated with local authorities to review all canals and water regulation systems. We have also dispatched several working groups to local rice fields to inform farmers about the most water-efficient irrigation schedules.
Forecasts have highlighted the ongoing drought patterns in the southern part of Ninh Thuan province. As a result, the summer-fall crop this year could face water shortages if rainfall is insufficient.
The Vietnamese bánh mì recently topped a list of the 100 best sandwiches worldwide, compiled by Taste Atlas. According to the online food site, the baguette was introduced to Vietnam during the colonial period and remains a positive legacy from that era. While the crusty bread, condiments, and meats are remnants of French and Chinese colonialism, the inclusion of cilantro, chili, and pickles reflects Vietnam's preference for fresh vegetables and vibrant flavors. This recognition isn't new for the Vietnamese bánh mì. In April 2023, CNN Travel ranked bánh mì 5th in its compilation of 24 of the world's best sandwiches. In the past, elephant riding was a popular tourist attraction drawing visitors to Đắk Lắk province, which boasts the largest domestic elephant herd in the country. However, the province has now ceased this practice entirely, instead launching the I Laugh with Elephants, I Stop Riding Elephants media campaign. This initiative promotes elephant-friendly tourism activities, maintaining the province's allure to tourists.
Embracing the message of the media campaign, I Laugh with Elephants, I Stop Riding Elephants. Etienne Bergeron from Krông Na Commune, Buôn Đôn District, alongside numerous other elephant handlers, have voluntarily ceased elephant riding services.
Elephants are friendly to me. They are like family. Fostering friendly relationships with them will make it a little less difficult for the elephants. The income is modest, but the elephant handlers also embrace and endorse this approach to preserve the elephant's well-being.
Presently, rather than engaging in elephant riding, visitors have the opportunity to partake in feeding elephants, taking photos with them, and explore the natural habitat of these creatures.
Protecting elephant herds is crucial to preserving the environment. Upon returning here, I found the decision to not allow elephant riding to be reasonable and justified.
I am very excited to participate in this activity. Through this activity, I think that protecting elephants is very important.
At present, Đắk Lắk province boasts a total of 37 domestic elephants and approximately 80 to 100 wild elephants. Elephant-friendly tourism is not only a campaign, but also a new approach aimed at establishing a secure and hospitable habitat, thereby safeguarding the survival and growth of elephant herds.
As part of the opening activities for National Tourism Year 2024, Điện Biên Province presented the Legend of U Va show, providing audiences with an enthralling and immersive experience. The show took place at the Uva Village Cultural House. The program consisted of 3 chapters. Chapter 1 focused on the legends of the Thai people and Uva, the legend of the gourd, and ancient imprints of the Thai people. Chapter 2 told the legend of Theo, and Chapter 3 covered the rituals and culture of the Thai people, emphasizing the connection between the present and the past. The event aims to offer visitors new, unique, and compelling experiences and is expected to become a distinct tourism product of the province. The forest worship ceremony is a key spiritual practice for the Hmong ethnic group in Simacai district, Lào Cai province. This ceremony is recognized as one of Vietnam's national intangible cultural heritages. Besides praying for abundant harvest and prosperity, the ceremony also promotes love for nature and environmental awareness within the community.
In line with tradition, locals in Sin Chang commune convene in sacred forest, their place of worship. The primary rituals take place under one of the forest's oldest trees. During this multi-day ceremony, locals strictly adhere to a set of customary laws to respect the forest's integrity, such as prohibiting tree cutting, leaf picking, harvesting, and soil digging.
Today is a blessed day, so we gather for the forest worship ceremony. We pray to the forest god for good health, safe travels, and bumper crops.
The practice also strives to foster a love for nature and environmental protection awareness within the community, eliminating illegal poaching and deforestation from local customs.
The ceremony provides a chance to communicate our local rules to the people. We, at the authority, greatly value the ceremony's role in promoting forest protection.
The ceremony of worshipping the forest god is not only a tribute to abundant nature, but also an important annual event where people discuss rules to protect forbidden, sacred, watershed, and primary forests.
Coming up next in our world news, Russia ready to use nuclear weapons if sovereignty is threatened. And a U.S. House passes bill that could ban TikTok. On Wednesday, President Vladimir Putin stated that Russia is prepared to utilize nuclear weapons if its statehood, sovereignty, or independence are threatened. In an interview with Russian state television, he expressed the hope that all involved parties would avoid actions that could ignite a nuclear conflict. Moreover, he reiterated the country's readiness to use nuclear weapons. On the same day, Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova warned that the conflict in Ukraine could escalate and spread geographically due to the rash actions of 1 or 2 NATO state members. On Wednesday, the U.S. House of Representatives passed a bill that could potentially ban TikTok, posing a significant challenge to the social media platform used by 170 million Americans. The bill, which received bipartisan support with a 352 to 65 vote, still needs Senate approval to become law. If enacted, TikTok would have approximately 6 months to detach from its Chinese parent company, ByteDance, or face a ban in American app stores. Additionally, ByteDance would need to relinquish control over the app's signature algorithm, which suggests content based on users' interests. The first pilot run of magnetic levitation transport, or Maglev, on an existing railway track was conducted on Tuesday. Maglev, the Italy-based tech firm responsible for the project, released video footage of the test. The video shows a 1-ton prototype traveling at 70 kilometers per hour over a 2-kilometer stretch of line in Venice hinterland. Maglev creates an air cushion that physically separates the vehicle from the track, reducing friction, noise, and vibrations. The lack of friction significantly reduces energy consumption and maintenance costs for both the vehicle and the infrastructure. Countries from Japan to Germany are exploring the development of Maglev networks. However, high cost and incompatibility with existing track infrastructure present challenges. Recycled clothing doesn't need to appear recycled. Guided by this idea, a UK-based sustainable fashion company produces luxury garments from the remnants of fast fashion's mass production. These young advocates are determined to breathe new life into clothing waste.
This fashion store under non-profit organization Redress receives supplies from second-hand clothing programs citywide. With a fashion brand upcycling textile waste, they aim to showcase the aesthetic and logistical possibilities of sustainable fashion.
This collection was creating garments that are made from waste but don't look like it. And I think sustainability does not always have to look like the garments are made from waste.
When we are recycled it from the factory, it's basically maybe very cheap, but after they come to the market, they can be in a high-end luxury brand.
Christina Dean founded the nonprofit organization in 2007 with hopes to remedy and set right the future for fashion. She also shared her vision in championing an ecosystem for lasting changes in the fashion industry.
Young designers have a lot of passion to do the right thing when it comes to design, and they use the design board as a place to exert their hopes for the world. And so when we see them design, they're designing in a whole different way, because ultimately what they want to do is prove that you can have beautiful clothes that don't cost the earth.
Apart from a savvy online presence to reach out to the wider audience, the group also hosts design competitions with entries from aspiring eco-focused designers around the world. Emerging sustainable fashion designers from around the world aged 18 or above with less than 4 years of professional experience can submit their designs and sketches that use low-impact materials and low-waste processes to the competition.
And now let's take a look at the weather forecast. And that's it for this edition of VTV News. Thank you very much for watching. To rewatch our program, you can download VTVgo from App Store or Google Play, or tune in our YouTube channel at youtube.com/VTV4Go. Goodbye for now.